Good morning, everyone. It's Rafgal. We're playing some more 7th Saga. We are wrapping up our time in, I keep mispronouncing it, Biltem, where we have deposed the despot Doros in some beautiful and alliterative ways. And in doing so, retrieved the final rune that we're going to be getting for a while. We're getting into endgame here. We've only got a couple sections left. You can see here, we've taken care of this problem. Some of the people are happy, some of them are sad, some of them are just confused. Gain magic power briefly when you use a rune in battle. I believe it, yeah, I think it boosts intelligence. I don't really think there's a whole lot here that we need to do. I'm trying to remember if there were any shops that we can access now. But offhand, I don't think there were a lot. And I don't think we need them because we're using the characters who don't use equipment for the most part. So I think we just windrun on to Brush. Brush has kind of been our home base for this last section, even if it doesn't seem like it. I've had a vague idea of where I'm going the whole time. If I didn't have a vague idea of where I was going the whole time, it would be a lot more necessary. A lot of the hints that you get about where to go next come from this fortune teller. I sense terrible power in that land. It may not be a good idea for you to go there. So yeah, the last one is totally right in the heart of the beast, the Western continent. It's finally done. Follow me and I'll show you. So we're gonna follow our buddy Brontu, the archaeologist, who is apparently also an inventor. He brought parts from Melanam and used them to make a flying machine called a mecha glider. And we can use this to get to the continent in the west. One of the things that that I didn't remember about this game was how good the soundtrack was. It's one I know they just released a like orchestrated remastered version of it, and I am very curious about that. We'll have to check that out. I suppose, as well as just being good music for the most part, one of the other things that surprised me is how many tracks there seem to be. That glorious Mode 7 graphics crossing a featureless ocean that they needed to take the time to animate for this long for some reason. By the way, you can't control this. It isn't like an airship in a Final Fantasy game or something. It is the same as the boat conveyance that we got earlier. It is the same as like the tunnel underground. It is just a path over to this area. Your flying equipment is broken to pieces. Yep. You could have lost your life. Don't be so reckless next time. Couldn't believe my eyes when I saw you falling from the sky. That seems like a fair response. We are gonna immediately run over here and pick up an item for Asuna. We can get the Desp robe. So 20,000. We don't have enough money. Okay. You have to be careful because she has several different pieces of equipment. So actually what we need to do here because it'll probably be easier to make sure I don't accidentally sell it or sell the wrong thing. So that looks like it's 15k, and then we should just be able to sell an emerald. We're not going to use this often, but we really don't have a ton of other stuff that we're spending money on outside of just consumables. So, feels good. We used to have many visitors, even from the continent on the east, but nobody wants to come here now because of the unusual coldness. I don't know what's happening in the world. You could have lost your life, don't be so reckless. Okay, yep. Thanks. Looking for... Oh, hey. There's another Tetujin. Hanging out. There's somebody here. There we go. I see a dreadful sign. The evil power is ready to be resurrected from the dark world. None of the warriors who left for Gorfun have returned. They went to prevent the raising of that evil power. I'm afraid it might be too late to stop it. So, we've learned a little bit just from that evil is returning to the world. We knew that was, or we kind of already knew that, but a little bit more concrete, I guess. Are you looking for adventure? You have found a town right after passing through Capo. You might find it interesting. Okay, I want the fire robe and the amulet on for now. And we are in Valenza. Okay. So we are on this complete opposite other continent now. I'm a little curious how these enemies are. We may do a few separate dips into the Cave of Capel because it is lots of optional treasure. But for right now, let's just stay really close to town so that we can potentially get healed if we need to. So it looks like a lot. It looks like this is going to be a series of slogs. Which is fine. We just need to take our time and buff. Well, the guy did say, the notes that I have here literally are, oh, we didn't save at the other town. Okay. Yeah, the notes I had are literally, there's a big jump in difficulty at this point, so you may need to do a little bit of a grind. And I think offhand, that may have been an understatement, judging by that. We may need to get a couple levels. Now, the actual guide that I was originally using when I was putting together my notes, which I will start off by saying is not accurate because it's geared for the original game, not for the ROM hack that I'm playing. Suggests being at 4 times the level of the chapter you're in. And this is chapter 9. So it suggests being at level 36 at this point. And we are at level 24. So that might be the problem. Is that we finally got to a point where we can't cheese our way through it. I'm trying to think of where a good spot is. Because, like, I want to say, I guess is where I did my original grind. But this is probably a little low now. Specifically the brains in this area. I know that we've got silver brains available now. Palette swap with the guy who just killed us. Actually, you know what? I'm curious to see what else is around Valenza. So those enemies seem to be the one that I should be most worried about. But that doesn't mean it's the only enemy. Yeah, these guys are much better. They're very fast, but that should be fine. So that's what we're looking at here. It's about 1,000 per fight. But even the more trivial fight has the potential for death here. From a time perspective, it honestly might be faster to go to an earlier area, even if it's a little less exciting. Oh. This is the guy we were supposed to talk to. Okay. Long time ago, King Lemuel defeated Gariso. Confined him into the Dark World. That was about 100 years ago. Gariso tried to summon the evil monsters of the Dark World by using the powers of moonlight. King Lemuel stopped him and banished him to the Dark World forever. However, Gariso has somehow returned to this world. They tell me you were trained by King Lemuel. If you find the moonlight, or will you find the moonlight and use it to send Gariso back to the Dark World? Sure. I'm glad that the prophet is asking for our help, but I'm also would like to... Oh, the prophet's in the back room? That wasn't even the prophet? I would like a Suna back, too, if you could. There we go. So, that's part of the reason that it's not worth grinding here yet, is if we have to, even if we just have to bring a Suna back every once in a while, it's going to be very expensive. Okay, I think their comment about the prophet being in the back room is wrong, and he's at the top of the steps there. This game is not the best translated. That's okay. Okay, so I think what I would like to do is do a quick poke around. Hey, that's what I was thinking. Let's see what the monsters here are like. These guys drop in 1 ice 2. And are 500 XP? Yeah, 450. Okay. These guys are doable. Defeat lost. That's ironic. So yeah. Those 2 fights were the same as the 1 more challenging fight XP-wise. Close, at least. Perfect. If we can just blaze through these guys until we get a few levels, I think that's probably going to be the easiest way. And just to show the reason I was thinking this location, this has an inn and a house of healing right next to the entrance, which means when we do need to poke our head in to heal, we'll be in good shape. Yeah, I think this was a lot of story. Yeah, this was a lot of story this episode, but I think I will probably go ahead and wrap here after I finish this fight. As I've been saying, these guys are like the next section is going to be tough. we're going to... There's basically 2 sections left of the game. During the first section, we're going to lose access to Asuna's magic temporarily. And that's going to make this a lot harder. Just because... I mean, we're basically losing a character for that section. I mean, she could still use runes, but which is more what she does anyway, but my point stands. She can't contribute to damage. And the section after that, we're going to lose access to the runes. So, along with everything, one of the big things that actually does impact is that means that we won't be able to fast travel when we get to that point. Which means we need to be able to have the endurance to cross whatever section we need to get through. I know we're only at 24 right now, and I know that I didn't want to do too much grinding in this game, but I think at this point, what I'm gonna do is try and get us up to... what? 20... maybe get 3 levels and try it again? 2 levels and try again? Or go until I get a new spell for Asuna. Because she's also a level lower. She's only 23. Because she keeps dying when I'm grinding. So yeah, I think that's gonna be the plan. We'll pick back up here next time. Hopefully you're still enjoying. If you are, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.